Dave's World. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dave. I know what you're thinking. Well, what you're holding in your hand needs no introduction, and you are right, but just in case you're not familiar, this is the Fender Stratocaster. And even if you're not really into guitars, you've seen it. It's all around. It is probably one of, well, definitely one of the most iconic musical instruments ever made. In our journey in Dave's World to check out the Fender Stratocaster a little bit more, we've got to trace ourselves back to a time, 1954, early 1950s even. Think about it. Cars driving around with big fins on them, shiny chrome hardware on stoves and kitchen cabinets and things, you know, that kind of stuff. Radios, TVs, all this stuff was new, it was exciting, it was wonderful. Guitarists at the time were playing this thing. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's like this big block. It's called the Fender, what is it, Telecaster, I think. Actually, I'm just kidding. We all know the Fender Telecaster. And I enjoy it. I actually had one for a while, and I believe I do have another one lying around somewhere. Anyways, but guitarists at the time were looking for a little bit more out of their instrument. They wanted something that was a little bit more comfortable to play. Telecaster's kind of like a block. This has body cuts, contours to fit your body very, very well. It's also got an extra pickup. If you'll notice, there's one right there in the middle. And it's got one of these, a Tremolo Bar. We've seen those. That was added with a new system which separated it from anything else anyone has ever seen before. It has these springs and operates in a very unique fashion. But this particular guitar, people have been asking me about, Dave, what is it? I want to know what that is. Well, allow me to elaborate. This isn't just your average Fender Stratocaster. This is a 2004 Fender Custom Shop model, Masterbuilt by Dennis Galuszka at the Fender Custom Shop. This in particular, though, traces itself all the way back to that time, 1954, when this guitar was first introduced. 2004, 50th anniversary of the Fender Stratocaster, they made quite a few models. But this one in particular was the replica of the original. Now, the YouTube guitar nerds will type in all that they want to say, and I could very well be wrong, and I accept this. But from what I understand, the early Stratocasters, the early models, like I believe it may have been around February, early 1954, they started actually making this guitar, but it wasn't until later that year, around October, I want to say, that the Stratocaster really started being produced. They didn't necessarily have the machinery, the equipment, the employees maybe, to really mass produce the guitar until later that year. But they were making it earlier on. Now, supposedly, from what I understand, the 1954 Stratocaster wasn't really much of a production guitar, mainly in that year, like I said, until later they started the production, but mainly it was kind of, in a way, handmade in a certain fashion, because they didn't have the equipment necessary to mass produce it. But in 2004, this was the replica of that particular instrument, the guitar that was actually more or less handmade. That's why it's Masterbuilt, that's why it's a little bit different than any normal Stratocaster, even from the custom shop. 1954 does separate itself from many other years because of a few little things. I mean, you've got an ash body, you did have that in 55. You've got the one-tone Sunburst, which maybe you had for a while in 1955. Round string tree, the tuners aren't stamped Kluson, they're just bare, say nothing on them. The serial number was actually stamped on the back plate, which had round holes for the strings to go through. I don't have that on right now, obviously. Normally the serial number is on the neck plate here. The neck is very large. It fits my hand very well, and it's very round, as opposed to kind of a V shape. The fret wire is very skinny, as most vintage guitars are. The pickup covers are rounded over, as well as the knobs and controls. They're kind of vertical, a little bit different than you would normally expect. And the plastics are actually Bakelite, which was a very early form. If you see a lot of the vintage guitars from 1954, you'll see a lot of the plastics are just, you know, turned to almost nothing. That was Bakelite back then. Then again, here comes the YouTube guitar nerd to correct me with their comments, which I adore, like I said. But this guitar in particular is supposed to resemble that particular instrument in 1954. I have modified mine with a 5-way switch. It did come with a 3-way switch, but I wanted more choices. But what I'll do, and I'll just run through a few tones with the supersonic on the burn channel. I do dabble a little bit in slide guitar. I just started, so I'm just going to mess with it quick. Bear with me. I'm going to use the middle pickup. We'll start with that just for fun. I'm going to do the neck pickup, which is your standard Stratocaster sound, kind of the, oh, you know, blues tone. Let's play with the bridge pickup. Now, like I said, mine's modified with the 5-way selector switch, so I'm going to go for the bridge and the middle. Let's try the neck and the middle. That was fun, wasn't it? I'll just do the clean channel on the neck and the middle for fun. It's got a very, very, very distinctive tone when you get to those middle tones. The very, very Stratocaster-ish. Anyways, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but the 1954 Stratocaster, this one is Masterbuilt by Dennis Galuszka. It is the 1954 replica, and you are, as of right now, in Dave's world.